We're going to do a natural dirt, or two vacuum natural dirt with the Eureka ESP, which was just wiped down, and the 6594, which was also just wiped down. This one I paid $10 for, and this one I paid like $50 for. Missing the combo tool. This one didn't come with any attachments or anything. This 6594 is literally in pristine condition, especially for $50. I can't complain. All it needed was a new foam filter. That was about it. And the brush roll needed one new bearing. And right now, one of those bearings is actually a bearing for a skateboard, because they take the same size. A skateboard bearing for one of the wheels is actually the same size as one of these bissell brush bearings. Eventually, I'll put a brand new set of bearings in it, but it seems to be working for now for the little bit that I use it. So. Yeah, this one takes a huge light bulb, and I have not been able to find the right light bulb for it, so that's why the light bulb doesn't work. We'll go over it with the 6594. I believe this one is a 2004 model. Yep. 6594, 12 amps, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, made in Korea. I think I found that medium setting was the best. I think this has a 25-foot cord, which is pretty decent, but not as good as the Power Groom with the, I believe, what does that say? 35-foot cord, which is honestly more than enough for a household machine. And just a little bit of dust there. I just wipe it down a little bit so it looks somewhat presentable for the video. These are actually screws from a Eureka Smart Vac base plate, and they fit perfectly because when the guy I bought this from sent it to me, he just kind of let them sit inside those holes, and well, they fell out. So, not too smart on his part, but you know, I ain't gonna cry about it, because these did thread in just fine. They did thread in just fine, and I took them off my Smart Vac because I had to put longer screws in my Smart Vac to actually make the threads work again. But that's a story for another time, considering I paid $80 for that vacuum. I think I took the bulb out of this. Yeah. I don't know what vacuum I put it in. Oh, the the Panasonic Platinum, because I was using that more, so I took it out of this. surprised both of these belts worked at all, because this one I haven't used since the last video it was in, and that one I haven't used since the last video it was in. So, oh, this one smells really good too. I usually use laundry detergent for cleaning the filter. I think this has a new filter in it too, a new cylinder filter. I just spilled some of that on the floor. Yeah, the little bit I just spilled is all the ESP left. So, just go ahead and do this maneuver. Nice quiet machine. I really like this one. Definitely better than the newer sanitaires that you can get now. Well, the only thing that needs fixed on this machine is the very crooked handle. It's you don't really notice it when you're vacuuming, but and someone explained to me how to actually fix it, and I don't really remember what they said to do. But yeah, you can definitely tell that it's crooked. But yeah, it's not loose or falling off or anything, and I really don't notice it when vacuuming, so I always store these on the highest setting, that way the brush roll is not sitting on the floor. This one, the brush roll is like new. And clearly the skateboard bearing is doing just fine. One little scuff there and one little scuff there, otherwise there's no scratches on the bottom of this thing. You can see how clear the bin and stuff still is. And it does have the two original extension wand and crevice tools. And honestly, the little bit of wear on these is probably from the guy I bought it from. A little bit of scuffing there. And the friction, no, that's another sign that it hasn't been used much, because it's still nice tight down there. Usually you have to wrap tape around there just to get it to stay in. That's what I did on this power room, because this one has very high hours and it wouldn't stay in, so I wrapped some electrical tape around there and that caused it to stay in. This one, on the other hand, was the exact opposite. This one was not very well kept. Well, it was, but it was high hours, and it needed a lot of work, therefore I put a lot of work into it, and now it looks like it has low hours. Doesn't sound like it has low hours. This motor could honestly stand to be completely overhauled, but at the time, I didn't actually take it all the way down to the fan. I just took it down to the motor and cleaned everything out, put a little bit of oil. If you just put a little bit of oil around the shaft, it works its way into the bearing, and you'll notice a difference right away. Or it'll quiet down gradually as it works its way into the bearing. Excuse me. But this one, I didn't clean out the fan. Well, I did it as best as I could, but it doesn't have bad bearing noise. It sounds like the fan just has a bunch of dirt built up on it. This one, not only was it well taken care of by the guy I got it from, but it was well taken care of by the people who owned it before him. And, yeah, still has a sticker, which is a big deal, apparently. But, yeah. It would look even better if I actually cleaned it up a little bit better. Obviously, this hose has a bunch of dust inside of all the grooves. But, yeah. It's in pretty decent shape. But, yeah, and it has the nice stretch hose, which I much prefer over Bissell's plastic hose crap. You can get right up to the ceiling. Plus, this is one of the older Bissells, like the Power Groom. You got the nice handle, which I do actually like the handle, but it kind of feels weird sometimes. I wish it was maybe a little bit lower, so you actually had a little bit more control over the tool. There's kind of a slight kink right here where this goes in. But yeah. can't remember if he said he had to replace the power switch, but I don't know. It has a slightly different release pedal than other Bissells, than the 6583s. And this one also has more of like a oval-shaped pedal. You guys aren't really going to be able to see that. Same brush roll, I believe. Just different colors. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more. Peace.